Okay, for lesson 10-4, this is on surface area of prisms and cylinders. What you think of when you think of surface area is you should think of a cardboard box. So you start with a cardboard box like so, and if you smash it, it should look something like that. You have your top, your bottom, your left, your right, your front, your back. Now, the way I like to keep this organized when I'm finding surface area for this is actually by just looking at the front letters, right? I don't like coming up with a formula like they do down here with the 2b plus pH, so we won't even look at this. What I like to do is I like to say, all right, we're going to say the front, back, left, right, top, bottom. That covers all the sides for this area, right? This covers for everything on this 3D object. So you would say, all right, for the front, if I look at the front, it would be this part right here. That would be a 4 times 2 to find the area of that. So this would be 8. Well, the back actually looks like this over here, and it's identical. So the back is actually 4 times 2 as well. So that one's actually 8 also. Your left is this side over here. So let me erase these dots I made so we can see the left side easily. Your left is right here. So your left is going to be here, which is 3 on this side, and you see that from here, and also counting. And then your height is 4. So you're going to actually say your left is 4 times 3, which is 12. Your right is 4 times 3, which is 12. Let me zoom in so you can see that well. And then your top. Your top, let's go to orange. Your top is going to be up here, and this would be 3 times 2. Let me pick the 2 over here. So 2 times 3. 3 times 2, 2 times 3. This would be 6. Your bottom is down here. This would be 2 times 3 as well, and that would be 6. So if you notice, we have covered everything on here for all 6 sides of this prism. The top, the bottom, left, right, front, and back, just like it is in this picture. So you could think of it as smashing this out and then finding that, or you can look at this picture and find out, okay, what's the area of the top, the bottom, left, right, all of those. Now you're not done at this point. You just organize the information to where you can make sense of it. So now what you need to do is take what is 8 plus 8, that's going to be 16. What is 12 plus 12, that's going to be 24. What is 6 plus 6, that's going to be 12. Now what is 16 plus 24, that's going to be 30, 40. Then let's bring the 12 over. What is 40 plus 12? That is 52. Okay? So 52, and then we're going to say units squared. Actually, not units, because they tell us what the unit is. The unit, remember, is the word next to the number. So they tell us it's inches. Now, since we're on surface area, we don't put a 3. 3 is for when it's volume. Surface area is actually the same as having this shape and finding area. So area is just in the second dimension, squared. Because remember, you flatten it out, and so there's actually only 2 dimensions going on. Or it's basically a flat surface. It's on paper, not 3D. An unfolded cylinder results in 2 circles and a lateral surface drawn as a rectangle. The base of the rectangle equals the circumference of the circular base. The height of the rectangle equals the height of the cylinder. So on this one, it gets a little bit harder. You really need to know that basically if you took a piece of paper and you actually cut this out, so you have, here's your cylinder, and say I have this as paper and I cut it. Well, as soon as I cut it, that's where they're saying this rectangle came from. This rectangle is the side. The top and bottom are how you get the circles. So it's like adding pi r squared plus pi r squared, so you have 2 of those, plus the area of this. Now this is where it gets a little complicated, because you got to think about this and say, well, this length right here, this top part of the circle, that's actually your circumference. Which means that this part on your rectangle, when you cut it, is actually your circumference. Oh, where'd that B come from? Okay, that's your circumference. So now it should start making sense why they put this weird 2 pi 6. This is actually 2 pi r. So your radius was 6, and that's where that came from. So that's why you get 12 pi here, but your height is still the same. Your height was 12, which is why you're multiplying by 12 there. So now when you work this out, let's see if they have the work. Oh yeah, but it's kind of ugly. Yeah, let's do it how we have it up here. So now we have pi times r squared, which is 36 pi, right? So I'm going to take that pi out, and let's write 36 pi here. Now on this one, you have 2 pi r times 12. That's going to be 24. 24 coming from 2 times 12. So 2 times 12 is 24, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I want to multiply 12 pi times 12. This is 144 pi. So now we have 36 pi on this top one, 144 pi. This one is identical to the top, so this one is definitely 36 pi as well. Almost done. Now that we found all three parts, we just need to add it up to find the surface area. So this is 36 pi plus 36 pi plus 144 pi. And once again, that came from here, which is the area of this circle, came from here, which is the area of this rectangle, and came from here, which is the area of the bottom circle. When you add it all together, you can put that in. This will be 144 plus 36 plus 36 equals 216 pi. And if they ask, you may have to say 216 times 3.14. Bring the calculator back out, times 3.14 equals 678.24. And you're done. Okay. All right, let's look at number 1. Complete this to find the surface area of the prism. So we're going to do front, back, left, right, top, bottom. We're not going to pay attention to the way they wrote it here and know the whole equation. So we're going to have the front will be right here. So this is 5 times 3. So 5 times 3 is going to be 15. And the back is the same. 5 times 3 is 15. Back is over here. So it's the same exact shape. Now over here, the left. The left is going to be, well, let's start with the right because it's easier to see the right. So the right is 7 times 3. So the right is right here. We're going to put 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 3, 21. And once again, left and right are the same, so you just duplicate it. We haven't done the top yet. The top is going to be 7 times 5, right? These two sides are 7 and 5. So 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 5 is 35. Add it all together. So we have 15 plus 15 is 30. 21 plus 21 is 42. 35 plus 35 is 70. 70 plus 42 plus 30 is what? So let's do that real quick. 70 plus 42 plus 30 equals 142. 142 centimeters. This is in the second dimension, squared. Number 2, to find the surface area of the cylinder. So this is the one where you find the circle, the rectangle with the circumference on the top, and the circle. So we're going to first find pi r squared. So we have pi r squared is going to be 12. So 12 times 12 for this area. So pi and then 12 squared is 144 pi. So doing that, I found the bottom. Now I got to do the same for the top. So this becomes 144 pi plus pi r squared here. This is going to be plus pi and then 12 squared. This is going to be 144 pi here as well. Now the circumference. Remember that the area for, or the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. Let's look back at the notes because this is the harder one. This is going to be 2 pi r, and that represents this side here. The reason why it represents that side, to review, is because this is the side length for that rectangle. So we got to say 2 pi r times whatever the height is. So the formula was 2 pi r times whatever your height is. Your height is right here, so we're going to multiply by h, plus 2 pi times your radius is 12 again, times your height, which is 8. And now we're ready to multiply. So 12 times 8 is going to be 80 plus 16, 96. 96 times 2 is 180 plus 12, 192, I believe. Let's make sure because I don't want to get it wrong. 12 times 8 was 96. 192. Alright. So this is 192 pi. And now add it together. 192 plus 144 plus 144. And we don't have to plug in 3.14 till the end to make it easy. So this is 480 pi. And now 480 times 3.14 at the very end. So times 3.14 equals 1,507.2 and inches squared. Seems extremely complicated, but to make it manageable, you got to break it up to basically 3 formulas. You have your formula for your area of a circle on the top, formula for area of circle on the bottom, and then formula for this lateral piece here that makes a rectangle. This is the hardest part, this third piece, because you got to remind yourself that this is actually circumference times your height. And your circumference is how I got this 2 pi r. So once again, your circumference is how I got this 2 pi r. Where did that whole weird thing come in? That's your circumference. Right here. So this part right here. Because if you were to cut that circle once again and multiply that by your height, that's how you get that. Okay, so 10-4. Surface area of prisms and cylinders. Find the surface area of each figure. The figure is made up of congruent cubes. Alright, on this, we can still do front, back, left, right, top, bottom. So your front is going to be 3 here. Your depth is 2, and your across piece, let's put it over here, is 5. So that makes your front 3 times 5. So 3 times 5, your back is 3 times 5, and your left is actually, let's go to the right since we can see it, it's going to be 3 times 2. So that's going to be 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is your right. And your top, let's change colors. Your top is right here. That is going to be 2 times 5. So here 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 5 is 10. So 3 times 5 is going to be 15. 15. 6. 6. 10. 10. Add them all up. 15 plus 15 plus 6 plus 6 plus 10 plus 10. 15 plus 15 is going to be 30. 30 plus 12 plus 20. 30 plus 20 is 50. 50 plus 12 is 62. So 62 centimeters squared. Okay. Okay, number 2 is the same. This one, number 2, you could really, well, no, because you're not finding area. You still have to do surface area. Number 2, the way you should approach it is, instead of trying to find an area, I think it would be way easier to do front, back, left, right, top, bottom on this one, but just count up what you see. So on the front, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can see 11, which means on the back I can see 11. And then on the left, you have to try to think, okay, on the left I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, actually, you only want to do the left side, so 1, 2, 3. So I can only see 3 on the left. So on the right, it could make more sense if I do the right. Let's look at that. So the right is 1, 2, 3. And we don't count this one because that's actually the top. So left and right are 3. Top is 1, 2, 3. And notice how on this one, oh, wait, 4, 5. So I should actually put 5 for the top. So not really a formula on this one, it's more on the counting. And then the bottom is how much. I'll let you finish that up. Number 3 you're ready to do. Number 4, 5, 6, all these are finding surface area. 6 we haven't gone over. Let's go over 6. 6 is basically the same thing. You're going to find the area of the top, the area of the bottom, and then how many of these rectangle pieces do you have? 3. So you just need to find the area of one of these rectangle pieces and then multiply by 3. So this would be, what, 5 times 12? So 5 times 12, and then multiply this by 3 because you have 3 rectangle pieces. So if we were to break this box up, you would have a triangle, top, bottom, and then you would have 3 rectangles. So you have to find the area of each of these. Luckily, these 3 rectangles here are actually the same, so that's why you could just do 5 times 12 and then times 3 and work that out. All right. Okay, I think you're all set for 10-4.